What's up, my guy? It's your boy Soviet Con Live coming at you again with another one. Here at the lounge, as you know, we like to push virtual reality to its absolute limits. This is experience everything that gaming has to offer. If you're new here, we do live streams on Twitch and YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch at the lounge __ and YouTube at the lounge VR. We do VR on TikTok at _ the lounge, but check the link in the bio. It'll get you everywhere you need to go. So without further ado, we're back at it again in Contractors Showdown, the Exfil version. It's available on all standalone headsets and PCVR. Today we are on PCVR, and we're kitted out. We are maxed out. We've got a vest with frag, 3 mags, a full metal jacket, the PDA. We've got our Kimber 1911, 2 extended mags. Rocking one in the chamber for everything we got. Also got the Bad Mama Jamma M40A5, I think it is. Loaded with that 7.62. And you just zoom in, zoom out. Make sure it's on my back, we're good. Alright, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Probably gonna die. But before we do, I'm gonna jump up here and just show you a quick rundown of what this game is all about. Right, so here's your marketplace. You've got medbay, armor, weapon specialist, another weapon specialist, and that right there is where you upgrade your hideout or bunker, whatever you want to call it. I had 9 million today. Buying all this shit brought me, or had 900,000. Buying all this stuff brought me down. We'll run through that in a second. We're going to try to shoot in here and find some measuring tape, small wrench, screwdriver, WD-40, but probably not going to get to find any of that. For prices, personally, I'm not a fan. I think they could really adjust this game to real-world prices. As you can see, rifle suppressor, 32,640, which is crazy. A real suppressor would not cost that much. I know, typical name brands that come to mind. Pistol suppressors in 2025 average 800 to 2,000 with a $200 tax stamp. So I don't know where the hell they got $32,000 from, but that's what we're dealing with. Now, up until level 5, this little lovely station is free. I'm currently level 12, so what happens is anytime I go in a game and experience damage, which is pretty much every fucking game, you're going to come back, and this is going to cost you $6,200 to fill all of your stuff back up. Chest, head, stomach, left arm, all that good stuff. It will not, however, replace your hydration or energy, and I feel like for $6,000, your boy should get a plate. But enough about that. We're going to give you a walkthrough tour of this place. As you can see, we're rocking candlelight because I don't have any fuel, so none of the lights are on. To the left, you'll see the shooting range, which is not yet available. This is one of these upgrades that we were talking about. And toilet. This is actually another upgrade, but this will let you customize your character. You just walk up to the mirror, and it's all good in the hood. This is your generator room, so as you find fuel, you go ahead and fill it up. Holds 1,500, I'm guessing, liters, because that's what that would be, I suppose. And then just cut it on and all your wonderful lights come on. We take a right, and heading back to the main area, we've got what would be your kitchen, as you can see, with the cabinets and such. I don't know, that's a fire hazard. And then onward, we got our little medical tray here, because, as you know, this is the infirmary. Hey. This is your item delivery, and all that means is if you're upstairs in the market and you buy something, you can either buy it directly to where you are standing in the market, or you can send it to the item kiosk. And that way you don't have to keep dragging shit up and down the stairs. You know, you could bring a backpack with you, whatever, but this is just the easiest thing to work with. When you complete tasks in game, you'll get rewards. If it's not money and it's an item, it'll show up here in your mailbox, and you'll say collect reward or whatever, and it'll come over here to Item Depot, and all of the stuff will be here, and you can just click on it, and as you click on each item, it'll start coming out of here. This is your overall terminal, where you have pick your Exfil, whether you're going to go suburb, metro, dam, resort, whatever. Your tasks as you level up, so you can see I've got 50% here in this task, 33% in this one. This is like reach a certain point. And then, of course, this one I'm 4 out of 8, but this requires a specific gun which was given to me. But I died in the middle of doing that, so I don't really know how I'm going to finish that unless somehow I can buy the gun that was given to me, but I don't even know what it was, so that'll probably not get done for a while. And of course, you can also upgrade your hideout from right here as well. You know, submitted. This is where this little conveyor belt, you can submit or sell anything here, but you got to be careful. You don't want to sell things that like your hideout needs to upgrade. So like if you found measuring tape, like you wouldn't want to throw that in there, because then you'd have to go search for another measuring tape, and you wouldn't be able to upgrade this particular spot without one. So just be careful, make sure it doesn't need to be used before you sell it. And then even still, you never know when something might need to be used, so just that's what your racks are here for, to store stuff on and offline. This is your safe containers, right? So these are currently all locked by tasks, but these safe containers allow you to carry this, what you would call a briefcase-looking ordeal, on the small of your back, and it basically, if you die in game, you don't lose those items, whatever's in it. Now, obviously, each container will have a grid pattern that you might be familiar with, Escape from Tarkov or any other PC-style game, where an item might take up a specific amount of grid. So maybe you find a backpack, it might take up, like, these 6, or, these 9, or it might take up the whole thing. I don't know, I've never used one. As you can see, it's like $4 million for that, so... For now, I could just be wrong. It could just be, a backpack could be 1 square, but I highly doubt that. And so like you see, so this is like a 4 squared item, or maybe like some bullets might take up 1 or whatever. I don't know how they do it. I'll get more information on that. Here's your dummies, racks, and whatever. So like you can. It's a lot easier to build your rigs, because, again, you start stacking stuff here. And, they have small, medium, and even larger ones. The larger ones allow you to place these at, like, a rung lower, right? But that's how you do. It's easier to build off of that. And, of course, you can hang or mount, whatever. And this is storage 1. You have storage 2 as this room. Storage 3 is another weapons locker. Storage 4 is another weapons container locker. And then to the left and around here is, I'll show you, is another much larger. It's the largest of the weapon walls, to be exact. So yeah, as you can see, everything we went through here, med bay, all that good stuff. Well, that's how the game works. And without further ado, we're probably gonna die, but we are gonna give it a shot. Well, looks like nobody's on, so it definitely pays to stretch. I'll tell you that right now. Especially when you're the ripe old age of 32. Just dated myself there. 32. Let's go. If this queue ends up taking longer than, a minute and a half or so, I'm probably going to cut to and just push you right into when we load in. Yeah, that's not the greatest idea. Good, that goes away. Out of bounds. Just need to know. Dude. Come on. This shit right here will get me killed. Definitely some quirks in this game. I don't really want to go and search, but half of the name of the game is loot, the other half is shoot. Now, there is proximity chat unless you turn it off. Mine is on. I do want to say, let me clear this building real quick. Should be good. Stay away from windows and such. If you've seen my short, then you already know, but this game is actually... Dose of Deborah is actually crawled, I think, so other games can run. And what I mean by that is that, like, again, let's say bang, 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 right? And I don't know how many more people are down here. Instead of going on a bullshit, you know, quarter empty or half empty mag, we're going to go ahead and grab one and top off. And just in case they come back, you know, bang, bang, bang. But this one actually has my full metals in it, so we're going to keep that one. But it's just really cool. It's a great feature, being able to just, again, that's a tactical reload, so, you know, none of this shit. Bang, bang, pull it out, and then fumble around, put one in, put this back. That's a whole bunch of bullshit. You leave yourself open with no mag in the gun. So, bang, bang. I don't see anybody. Gonna top off. Okay? Quick and simple. Now, if shit's hitting the fan too much, we just throw that motherfucker out and put another one in there. Damn that shit. I mean, I would say in real life this bitch is like $10, so Yeah, you wouldn't really have much to worry about, but in here, a mag is like fucking 10 grand or some bit of dumb shit like that. Ooh. Man, I like that. I'm gonna rock that real quick. This is cool. I don't know how many are in here, but I would hazard a guess probably 50. Now my space is small, so I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of the smooth, actual physical turning. I will when I can, but so if this is too jarring for people, I do apologize. That's kind of... Now that's cool that it does that. I think we're just gonna keep riding the edge here, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. The real question is, do we storm that house or not? Because this is a spawn point. Forgot I also have a frag mace. we are gonna head to this Exfil. As again, as we mentioned, we're running solo. Did get some decent loot, 50 round mag, all that good stuff. But I would like to try to get out of here with, you know, all this money on my back. We can't always win, but we can sure try. There's always people at this spot. Looks like there's one right there. Unless that's the fucking leaf blowing. It's crazy. Come on. This is a terrible idea running up the street. Is this the Exfil right here? Oh shit. Oh, this is a spawn point. And there could be people waiting here, so... Kidding me? I was gonna say, bro. Probably should have went around back, but Fuck it. Woo! Fuck yeah. 99 meters shots, bro. First time using a sniper in here. What a great run. Wasn't even expecting to stay alive in that one. So I'm glad you guys were able to see that solo run. Actually, I want to see how many rounds I have left on this thing. Empty, but did we have one in the chamber for a final shot? Yes, we did. We had one left in the chamber. Oops. Crazy talk. We're gonna go ahead and stack some of these mags up. I'll put some of our stuff there because I don't exactly know where it goes right at this moment. So the next time we come in, we'll take a look at where that goes. You know, what a battery and a roll of tape is used for. And, didn't have to use the 1911, which is great. I think I'm going to leave everything else on this vest. Alright. Once again, I do hope you guys enjoyed your time here in the lounge. I know I did. That was a phenomenal game. Not the, you know, it's a break in the monotony of, the fast-paced arcade shooter battle royale or Call of Duty or even just the standard Contractors, whatever, if we're keeping it VR. But it's more intense because you have the gear fear, which is very prevalent. I mean, with what shit costs in here, you can get lucky. You can find things that are worth a lot of money. But there's gear fear, at least for me, is very prevalent in this game. So when it comes down to that, like, just to kind of go over and explain how, like, things work in here, right? So if you get shot right here in your stomach, the only thing that can stop these, like, plug the bleeding are these bandages, right? So if you get shot in your stomach, you wrap around, and then you stim yourself, and then you also have painkillers that can just kind of, like, help you get back in that full run ordeal, right? But here's where it gets tactical, because if you're solo, you need to make sure you have all of this, but if you have all of this, you die. You lose it. Which is why it's really cool if you load up a team and, like, one person's a medic, so he has all this stuff, and, when you really operate well, then that's great. But for example, if you get shot in your right arm and then over here in your left arm, and you only have one bandage, you're gonna bandage. As soon as you get shot, the quicker you bandage, the less stim you're gonna have to use. This stim actually, like, your arm will get, like, it'll go from green to, like, red and then black. If it goes black, you can't save it. You can't bring that arm back, to my knowledge. So the quicker you stop that from going to red, the less of this you'll have to use. This will bring it back up to, like, fully function, right? So again, if you get shot in the right and then shot in the left, and you only have one bandage, you wrap here, and then you stim yourself, boop bop, but you're gonna continue to bleed out until you die, right? So being able to balance this, probably great to have 2 or 3 bandages just in case. A staple gun for some serious stuff is like sutures, surgery stuff, broken bones. Um, but again, we'll touch more on that the next time we see you guys. If you do like this or if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me know if you guys want to see more of this content. But again, that's all we have time for today. So, as always, we'll see you in the next one.